27 degrees SAG. I'm your host, Kim Lalo, and we are talking about some really cool things that are happening in the cosmos today, first day of February. And yeah, I'm an astrologer, feng shui practitioner, also a psychic medium. I do, I find sacred spaces for people. So I am interested in finding what is going to be energetically abundant and successful for you in your home. So we do have a large network, and we take referrals globally. So you can get a hold of me through social media or my website, kimlalo.com, if you would like to have a session. I have a half-hour session, I have a medium session, I have an hour of astrology. I have all the updates on feng shui for this 2023 year of the water rabbit. So yeah, we've got a lot going on. I'm sure that now that you've felt all of the planets going direct right now. They were asleep for so long that now things are snap, crackle, and popping. And, the speed is really picking up tempo. We've had Mars, which is the big action planet, and it was asleep since October, the end of October. So now that it's going direct, some of these things that you've been wanting to accomplish, these dreams, these goals, the next project, really seeing the support or perhaps the financial backing is coming up for you. And, when these planets, when they turn direct, it takes them a while to get their legs underneath them and get back into the momentum with the other planets in the cosmos here in the universe. So, I was just looking and saying, oh my gosh, Mars has been in Gemini for the longest I can remember. I mean, usually Mars stays in a planet for 4 weeks. And Mars has been in Gemini since October 29th of 2022. And it is going to stay in Gemini until March 25th when it advances into Cancer. So Cancer, get ready. You are going to be tap dancing as fast as you can when March comes around. We've got a lot of shifts going on in March, and we're going to be talking about that a little bit later down the road in another show, because we also have a very slow moving planet, and its element is lead. Actually, that's how slow it is moving. And it's Saturn, and Saturn is the restrictive planet. It's the disciplinarian. It's the one that really provides a foundation, does not let you skip any type of steps on your road to success. So you have to put one foot in front of the other. You have to have the education, the patience, the qualifications in order to take your next step. And that's going to be moving into Pisces in March. It has been in Aquarius. So I have this wonderful job of coming and bringing to life and bringing to your awareness what's up, Astro, what's going on for astrology, but what's going on in the cosmos. Well, February 1st, today, with this moon in Cancer, we have this wonderful, glorious emerald green comet, and it is the closest it will be to Earth on February 1st and February 2nd. So you can even see it with binoculars. It is absolutely spectacular. The proper name for this particular comet is C/2022 E3. Sometimes they just shorten it up to CE3. I know, right? Well, it was first spotted on March 2nd of 2022 at the Caltech um, Palomar Observatory in San Diego. So they have concluded that this particular comet, now we see comets coming along all the time. I'm sure you've heard of Halley's Comet. Um, and this particular comet is emerald green, which is very uncommon. Not only that, but this particular comet has two tails, and that is very uncommon. And it can be sighted through binoculars. Usually, you need an observatory to really get a good photo or a good visual of a comet, but you can just use your binoculars and get out there, and it is coming from such a weird angle. It's almost like it's dropping out of the sky. So this is one of the characteristics of this particular comet, that they chose to study exactly when the last time this comet has been seen, because comets, they eternally go and run throughout the universe, and they studied it. And what they do is they measure the light coming in from the sun, and also the angle at which it is approaching not only Earth but also the sun as well. And they came up with this particular comet. The last time it has come into view was 50,000 years ago. I don't know how they come up with that, but that's what they're saying. And with comets, comets are messengers, and they always bring a change of hierarchy. They always bring a change or a shift in who is the king or who is the ruler. And isn't it becoming that King Charles will finally go through his coronation to become King of England? Now, we also have some other posts that there's an indication they will be losing their post as either emperor or president and being replaced. So this particular comment has such a significance to it. A lot of you who have watched um, Games of Thrones and things like that, it was explained how important these comets are. And a lot of people throughout the years have feared comets, because with the messenger coming through and saying there's going to be a shift in rulership, there's going to be a replacement for who is ever at the helm at the time that it passes. There's a lot of speculation that comets also bring chaos. It also brings abrupt changes in weather. It's an indication of either an eruption from a volcano or an earthquake. And I mean a very devastating earthquake, not just, we've had rumbles all the time. Every single day, you can go on the seismic meter and you can see that, yes, of course, there are yes, of course, there are trembles and, shake, rattles, and rolls every single day. Hello, everyone coming into the chat room. How are you? All right. Yes. And so happy to have you, Miss Vonda, and also Bill. Yeah. And I'm sure there's other people that are going to be coming in or watching the show. And thank you very much for coming along with me. But when they say that this comet is close to the Earth, actually it's 26.4 million miles from the Earth. So close. Everything has a perspective, I suppose, in the universe. But this particular comet brings change. It brings shifts. It brings people who have been in power will not be in power. It's like changing of the guard. And in so many countries at this particular time, there is a need for reform. There's a revolution taking place. There will be more protests. There will be more upsets. There will be more social awareness. And this is going to lead to a new hierarchy coming in. Also, this is such a wild comet because um, this emerald green, when you look at it, it literally looks like a brilliant emerald in the sky. I've seen a lot of just, white crystal ones with a big bushy one tail, but this has got the twin fin on it, and it's really amazing because it's an indication of two um, two earths or two plans or two timelines coming in to connect, coming into be fused. So this is extremely interesting about the concept of birthing a new earth and ascending into a new frequency versus the old earth, and timelines that are coming together and crossing together of these two particular twin earths. It's a very interesting concept. If you dig a little deeper, you will be able to hear all about how the new earth was birthed from the old earth. And as you're living your life, you would never know it. You've crossed into a new frequency, you've crossed in to a new timeline, and some very sensitive people will experience a shift when these timelines merge. But this particular emerald color, it's the comet's chemical composition, and it's reflected from the sunlight. And this particular chemical composition um, is the message. So, right away, when you see emerald green, what do you think of? What comes to your mind? For me, it's like, a stop sign, go sign. Green light means go. This means that a lot of what has been written down for eons and eons is about to take place. It's also a go on the new frequencies that are coming in for us. So, a green light, just even in your day to day happenings, it's a green light for you. You're going to be going. You're going to be going forward. You're going to progress. You are going to get that lucky charm. Leprechauns are green, right? Green stands for Ireland. The shamrock, the four-leaf clover. Um, you know, Green to me is a change in money, right? I mean, think about it. They call the dollar bill a greenback. So, there could be a lot of shifts. There could be a lot of changes financially in how we trade. And do we use greenbacks? Are they going to be put into the past? Is there going to be something else that replaces it? Emerald green water. If you go into the panhandle of the United States, they have this beautiful emerald green water that seriously is a sight to behold. The green from spring, and the grass and nature in itself, and a lot of the foods that we eat, a lot of the vegetables. Are they going by the wayside? Is there going to be a change in how we process our food? And are they going to totally revamp? No more GMOs and all of that. Um, taking in the chlorophyll and also replenishing the forests. There's been a lot of, I want to say, manipulation from builders and from the demand in timber and lumber. Um, you know, is that going to go by the wayside? Are we going to, um, again, develop a green type of a society? The green also, I mean, when I think of green, again, I think of the heart chakra. A lot of people think, well, hearts are pink and red, but your heart chakra actually is green. And this to me says, this comet coming through, is that there is going to be a total shift of communication of the electromagnetic field around the heart. They have been noticing heart palpitations. The rhythm of the heart has been erratic due to many, many things. And, it could be due to the pandemic that we just went through. It could be due to more light coming into the many layers of your electronic field. But I think to myself, and I just think that our our heart chakras are opening more. We're healing. Green is a healing color as well. Um, a lot of times I think of green as being a rebirth, being fresh, being in the cycle of spring, right? So, and another thing is that to start into a new cycle, perhaps we need to be a little, green behind the ears. They say you're wet behind the ears, you're a little green. A little green means that you're fresh and you're young. And maybe this is the start of a new society, of a society that blends in nature with technology. This could be a sign of exploration through the universe. This could be a sign of expansion. This could be a sign of permission by the cosmos to go ahead and go and get out there and explore more. This could be so many different things. This could be whenever I think of green, I also think of, green scrubs, whether it's medical, in medicine or dental or anything, to do with the medical field. We could be shifting, we could be changing as to what's acceptable and what is getting results right now. We could be really unlocking something of the emerald tablets. The emerald tablets were these ancient gifts that were handed down through Thoth, and it had the secrets to the universe and to life on these emerald tablets. These are so many different things that this particular comet may be representing in our lives. I'm sure that you can come up with a lot of things that green means to you. And if you meditate on this particular color during February 1st and February 2nd, with the intention of getting a message from this particular CE3 comet, I would love for you to share if you've been getting any kind of messages about what it means for humanity, what it means for planet Earth, and also what it means in your personal life. So there's a lot of fun things going on, and I'm always in awe about the cosmos and the stars and and everything, but this one has really caught my attention. So I've located my binoculars, and I'll keep you informed as to what I see tonight as I go out there. And I'm in Florida, so I'll go out there and see if I can spot CE3, right? And, again, when's the next time this one's going to be coming around? They're speculating that the cycle may be as long as 1,000,000 years from now. So we are witnessing something extraordinary. And if you can take time out um, to uh, to take part and to be a part of it, I think it will really mean something to you. And we have in the chat room, I'm eating a green salad now. That's right. That's your fuel. That's your substance, right? A nice green salad. Um, so there you go on that one. Well, welcome to February. February is, what do I want to say? It's the month that you're kind of wrapping up some things, right? Because in March, we're going to go through a total shift. This is when you're going to see the results of whatever this message is from this wonderful emerald comet that we've got. But we're going to be tying up some loose ends. So tomorrow, Groundhog Day, Punxsutawney Phil in Pennsylvania is going to come out and tell us, do we have more weeks of winter or are we going to have an early spring? I don't know how all of you feel about that, but it is fun to watch, and I know there's a lot of fans in Pennsylvania that really do participate in this particular ritual. So make sure that Groundhog Day tomorrow isn't something that you repeat and repeat like the movie Groundhog Day, but it is something that you look forward to and you plan accordingly. There's a lot of things, there's a lot of things when you think about the Farmer's Almanac and a lot of the Indian cultures and the things that they do throughout the seasons, that do they borderline on cultural beliefs? I would say 100%. Would they be something? The Chinese are very superstitious. The Indians have done many things not to disturb certain spirits or certain pathways or the rivers or certain animals at specific times. There's a whole law of nature, and is Punxsutawney Phil part of it? That's for you to decide, right? And as we're going through this weekend, we've got some, I don't know, we've got this sun that's squaring Uranus. When we have that, especially it's happening on Friday, and then we've got Venus squaring Mars, which brings up a lot of the passion and stuff combined with that Venus love charm. But all in all, it's kind of a rocky road. We're bringing in February with a lot of these planets that are still trying to catch up speed with everything else. And this particular weekend, I wouldn't say it's like the best weekend to have a first date. I would say it's a good time to perhaps work together on something or a project, or perhaps, mapping out your goals, what you want to do, because on Sunday, we've got the full moon in Leo, and that's at 27 degrees. So, I always say in my practice, I've always taken notes that the night before the full moon, it affects the yang energy, the men. They tend to be more emotional. They tend to be feeling more overwhelmed. If there's any kind of health issues, especially with a full moon in Leo, we would be perhaps having some heart issues, or because a Leo rules the heart. Again, this comet, right? So it all weaves into a tapestry. It really does. But this particular full moon in Leo, we've got Uranus there, and Uranus is the planet that, you know, promotes erratic atmospheric pressure, um, shocks, surprises, rebellion, um, especially in Leo. Leo is the king or the queen. And with this coming up, you might hear some surprising news about either a king or a queen, or someone who is on the throne, or perhaps at the head of a country. Something that comes out about that's shocking, surprising. You may have something that comes up in your life that will be a good surprise. So during this particular full moon, we want things bigger than grand, right? The bigger, the better. The bigger, the better. More is best. and and give the children, dessert before the main course. It's like, okay, anything goes. We're having a good time. We're creating joy on the planet. I like this particular full moon. I think that it's going to lend itself, especially with Mars supporting this, it's going to lend itself to giving you more energy on Sunday than, and also for the men, you're going to feel like you're more masculine. You have that male drive back. Women, you are going to want to be valued. You're going to want to be recognized. You're going to want to be adored from your loved ones. So when that takes place, we have this celebratory atmosphere and joy for a full moon. Full moons, as you know, there's always a little bit of drama there. But I think we've got this full moon on Sunday, and then on Monday, we've got Mercury sextiling Neptune. So Mercury sextiling Neptune is thinking about being creative or using your intuition in a way that comes out with your words, what you're thinking for the future, writing down your dreams. Awesome. If you can dream it, if you can visualize it, you can do it. You can bring it into your solid center, and you can manifest it. You can make it part of your reality. And so with this full moon, it's kind of like they're giving you permission to play. And then on Monday, the universe is saying, I'm giving you permission to dream big. What do you need? What do you want? There's so many things that, if there's something that you want right now, if you are in the need of love, true love, if you are in the need of security, whether it's the security of, just having health insurance, or security of having a roof over your head, whatever that is, if you are in the need for money, if you are in the need to have the partner of your dreams, if you would like to co-create your family, whatever your particular need is at this time, when this full moon and Monday come around, and you're thinking to yourself, I really want to be part of this celebration. I want to be part of this particular culmination of being recognized, adored, celebrated in some way, shape, or form. I want you to take your right hand and put it over your heart and say, I have enough. And you want to say whatever it is that you need. I have enough money and more. And money is attracted to me on a daily basis. So if you want to say, I I have enough security and more. I attract security in my life on an everyday basis. And you do this 3 times in the morning, 3 times at night. You make it your week's fun thing to do for you. And you just keep doing that. Watch what happens in your life is all of a sudden you're going to be a magnet for all of these things that you're wishing to have. Okay. So I want you to try it. Let me know what you think, but I definitely want you to try that. Next weekend, we've got something coming up. I love it. Mercury's going into Aquarius. We're going to love the quirky, the unique. Um, I remember when Aquarius first started to come into vogue and um, people started to use body art in different colors. Their hair was different colors. They dressed um, more outside the box. They talked in a way that was more outside the box. Um, they wanted to rebel against what was in place at that time to find something that was more natural, more in tuned with the universe. And this is Aquarius. So when your brain, your mind, when your thoughts, the way you speak, commerce is ruled by Mercury, the way you trade, how you value things. Also, mechanical things are ruled by Mercury. Short travels ruled by Mercury. You know, cars and cars and planes and trains, boats, any kind of transportation. When Mercury is going to be entering into Aquarius, which is, of course, rules technology, computers, all of those kinds of things, we are going to see so many light bulbs over people's heads. They're going to have these great ideas, brilliant brilliant creations, innovations, inventions. And they're not just going to be from the educated. They are going to be, it's not just MIT that's coming up with this stuff. It's coming up, it's dropping into all of us, no matter, if we have graduated from a tech field or not. That's not what's happening. What's happening is that you are um, open to a brilliant idea that perhaps you're working on that you need to do in your creative expression that you're experiencing at a specific time. If you're a singer, you could have a brilliant idea about sounding better, maybe a new type of microphone, maybe a new type of speaker. um, Something that's going to be presented where it's going to make you sound so much better. There's going to be different frequencies coming in that we will be able to use that we're not even using now. We can't even hear them, see them, smell them. And so that's going to be coming in for us. So that's going to be really fun too. Um, Valentine's Day. If you can't celebrate with your loved one on Valentine's Day, this is when we exchange a little love note with each other and express our love to our beloveds, even if we don't have one. This is the day you pamper yourself, and we do that. So yeah, I feel like on Valentine's Day, if it doesn't happen on that particular day, don't worry. Do not worry. Do not worry. We have got wonderful. The 15th is an enchanting day as well. It's a day where you're going to be exchanging things on a very romantic, almost like you've got rose colored glasses on. Everything just looks like it's got glitter all over it because we've got Venus that's conjuncting Neptune. We may even get or experience a message or a dream coming to us if our loved one is on the other side. Yeah, that may happen like the night of Valentine's Day into the 15th of February. Also, on the 17th, we've got a beautiful day to go out to a play or to listen to a concert or see a film or perhaps sit down and write a song or play an instrument. It's a fabulous day that you may be able to express your love for your beloved or just express your, I want to say, how love has touched your heart. And there's many ways that you can express love. um, from handing your partner a bowl of ice cream or chocolates or flowers or something endearing that they like. But it's not just that. It's perhaps making something from your own two hands that that they will treasure forever. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be from a store or purchased online. Remember, this comet is bringing us back into our hearts so that we can expand it out, so that we can think from our hearts, act from our hearts. you know, before all of this technology and AA comes in. So we know the difference. We know that we're strong in our heart-based thoughts, in our deeds, and how we love each other and humanity. So we can bring in only the best of AI and use that to blend or coexist with that. Chad, hello. I am not single. My husband Bill is in the chat room as well, so you can say hi to him, Chad. Mr. Bill is my husband, so you can validate that I am not single. Nope, I have a ring on. Nope, I am not single. But if you're looking for someone, Chad, I just think that this year, it's such a romantic year. The year of the rabbit, the water rabbit especially, is emotional, it's romantic, and it brings you closer and closer to the ones that you can really exchange and be accepted for your true nature. So all romance, all dating um, resources are open at this time, especially this year. Great time to solidify, get engaged, your relationship. Great time to get married, except when Venus is in retrograde this year. But this is a great time to procreate as well. Plan your family. As I've said before, this is a fabulous day. So on February 18th, we've got the cycle of Pisces happening. The sun is going into Pisces. So, we've got the first half of the month. It's all about Aquarius. Aquarians, it's all about them celebrating their uniqueness and also their ability to use resources or use other paths to promote I want to say, a new way of life, a new way of looking at things. And it could be more organic in nature. It could be on a frequency that provides a more unitizing society. So I like that as well. um, but the sun is going to be entering into Pisces. So then at the second half of February, it's all about, yay, Pisces is going to be highlighted. It's going to be in the spotlight. We've got the new moon. You only get one full moon and one new moon in the whole entire year to really celebrate, to use the juice, to really let that frequency come into you. Everybody has Pisces somewhere in their chart, but if you're a sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, Pisces, your new moon is going to be sextiling Pluto. This is going to be intense. This is going to be passionate. This is going to be passionate about also about how you creatively work and assist planet Earth in what your gifts are. What everybody has been given gifts. Everybody has. You're in awe at maybe somebody that takes a dirt bike and jumps over 10 cars at once, but yeah, and you may be awed by someone who plays the piano so eloquently. You may be in awe of someone with a green thumb when they have the ability to blossom and replenish and supply a food source for the neighborhood. Everyone has gifts. And it could be the gift of intuition for some. It could be the gift of organization for others. It could be the gift of marketing, of perhaps giving security in trade in a financial way. In this particular new moon, we're looking intensely at how we are using our gifts for value for all of humanity. Are you using your gifts in a way that you are getting compensated for, and that you're also serving humanity in a way that, let's just say there wasn't any money. There was not, that's it. All you could do is barter. You would have to barter what you have, and when your resources fade out, when you've already traded them all away, you have to rely on your God-given gifts. So we have to look at that. We have to get creative with that. We have to have more compassion inside of ourselves to find the gifts that we have been given. We all have them, and to really capitalize on them so that we can actually sustain ourselves on the planet by bartering, trading those particular gifts. Can you attach that to a currency? Yes. Can you attach that to security? Yes. And this is what we get down to the brass tacks here. A new way of looking at the gifts that you have in such a perspective that if you aren't using your gifts, you are going to be very imbalanced in your particular day-to-day life. You won't be happy. You won't be satisfied because you're not using those particular wonderful components that only you have in your own way. And so you can't even have your identity ground in. You can't trust people around you because you can't trust yourself if you don't trust the gifts that you've been given, or if you have never had to rely on them before. Then you can trust yourself. Then you can have the trust for others. If they're using their God-given gifts, you trust them because they can't help it but express that in a way that is going to be soul food, soul growth for others. And this is something that's going to be absolutely fabulous. I want to say February 19th. And it kind of preludes up into, President's Day here is February 20th. And then Venus, I know, the planet of love and the planet of value and the planet of higher money and all of that is going into hot Aries. And I mean, I want love now. I want the money now. I want to be recognized now. I want to get there yesterday. Aries wants to be the first one there. Aries wants everything to go at a very fast pace. They're very inspired. They are ruled by fire. And when we've got fire with Venus, you know that's hot. That's passion at its fieriest. I mean, that moves very quickly. And what does it do? It's like a firework. It can be very intense at first, where you think, "Oh my God, this is the one. I'm running away. I'm getting married. Oh my gosh." But you'll know that you can't sustain that highlight, that hot intensity. And then it kind of wanes and you fall into a normal type of relationship. But know that that is coming up right before Mardi Gras. That's Fat Tuesday, Mardi Gras. If you're traveling to go somewhere for Mardi Gras, if you're going down to New Orleans, or, travel could be a little bothersome. There could be some glitches again. We had that huge boondoggle with the airlines. I feel that travel is going to be very erratic again, and that's for that Mardi Gras week. Coming up to Ash Wednesday. And we're going to pull out the rest of February, putting one foot in front of the other and really listening to the Saturn inside of ourselves, the disciplinarian. Stick to your boundaries, stick to your lane. This is with Pisces. So Pisces, they're going to be very sensitive. They're going to take your remarks, your words, your comments to heart. They're going to take everything personally. Empaths, make sure the last week of February, you don't take it all on, okay? You make sure that you have spray Teflon on you so it just slides off. But don't be too hard on yourself, okay? This is the month that we're going to wrap some things up. We are going to get ready for the huge shifts that are coming into our frequencies and our soul imprints in March. I'm going to go through that, but we as astrologers, we have been waiting for March. We have been saying, "Oh wow, we're going to have this, we're going to have this great shift that's coming in." It is spring. It is a breath of fresh air. We're going to have a lot of new and surprising news coming at us. We will be flexible. We will be able to handle them. So there is nothing to fear. It's just some new ways that, we've been stuck for a while. We need to kind of get some new things coming at us to really kind of sharpen our toes, give us new wisdom, give us new knowledge. All righty, I have time to do a couple of readings. Anybody want a reading? Anybody want a card in the chat room? Let me know. In the meantime, I am going to pull a card for all of us. And my card for tonight. Here we go. Body work. Body work, body work, body work. This card pertains to the vehicle that you're in, tuning up your vehicle. Sometimes when you are giving all the time and you're nurturing your children, or you're working at your job, or you are working, to educate yourself and to get another degree, you don't realize the pressure that you're under. You don't realize that this particular focus that you do compresses the nucleus of your cells, of every cell in your body, so that it allows you to assimilate information, to sustain the information, so that it becomes a part of you. That whole process is extremely stressful. Body work. So this is massage, therapy, energy healing, physical therapy, or exercise training. This includes, running, swimming, jumping, dancing, and playing tennis, whatever it is that you do to get your connection with the movement, with the body, because what it actually does is it promotes the motion and the alignment of the soul with the vehicle. Okay. And what that does is it expands your energy field. I know it all happens it all can happen so nicely, doing the little bossa nova. You're actually doing this to your body. It's great. And not just that, but when you shake up your circulation, you are actually pumping more blood, more circulation. Your heart is actually pumping in and clearing out toxins, clearing out heavy metals, things that should not be in your energy field, much less your physical body. So, doing this. Oh, Candace is getting a massage tomorrow. Well, good for you, Candace. That's awesome. So this goes out to everybody. Let's pick a card now. And for Vanda, we'll pick a card for Vandana. All things spirit. All things are energy, that's for sure. We're going to get a message from spirit right now. And then we'll do Candace. Candace said she would love a card. Aha. Well, Vanda, you have flowers. You may be receiving flowers. Flowers, I believe flowers are an energetic indicator. We use them in feng shui to indicate if our homes are imbalanced or if there is, let's say, a lower vibratory rate that perhaps needs to leave, needs to be put into a higher frequency. But flowers in general can mean a sentiment, can mean flowers from the heart. It can also bring blessings on your life purpose. So it can bring what I want to call a validator that you're on the right path. So look for flowers, and especially, Valentine's Day's coming up, so that seems appropriate, right? Okay, Candace. All right, let's get Candace. Miss Candace, we are going to pull a card for you. Ooh, we've got animals. Candace, I don't know if you're an animal whisperer or not, but it seems as though you have some type of intuitive connection with them. They can be your companion. They can be your outlet for any type of an emotional imbalance. They can provide companionship, guidance. But I feel like you are going to either be spending time with animals or getting a message from one. So concentrate on that. And I think you will probably resonate with that one. She's got 4 cats and 2 dogs. Yeah, I would say you're an animal lover, right? Well, they must have just a wonderful conversation going on with you. Oh, wow. Well, enjoy them. I feel as though there is a message. One of them feels a little bit congested or something. So maybe they're trying to tell you that there's a little bit of congestion going on there. So, all righty. Let's see. Christina. Hello, Christina. It's nice to see you in the room as well. So, my beautiful spiritual friend, Christina, let me see what we can do for you. Christina, there's an angel behind you. You're supposed to be writing. Are you writing? Are you writing a book? I don't know if you are or not, but it says you heal, you inspire, you teach and entertain with the words that you write. I have a feeling there's words that you speak as well that are very inspiring to all. So there is an angel behind you guiding you at this particular time for you to do some of your best writing. And because of this huge green emerald comet that is, an indicator of the green chakra, the heart chakra, I would say right from the heart. And yes, right from the heart. And it seems like you're going to be, I think, coming up with something um, that really is needed. Your perspective or something uniquely that you say is going to really hit home to a lot of people. So that's really a gift that you have at this time to share with humanity. And she says, thanks for validation about the writing. Yes, you're absolutely. Yes, it's my pleasure. Absolutely. Anybody else in the chat room that needs a card? How many are you going? Who's going to go outside with their binoculars and look at the comet? Hands in the air. I'm going to get my binoculars and I'm going to see if I can locate CE3. That's the comet's name. And anything that you wear during this time, that's that emerald green, jade, emerald, any kind of crystals that you work with that are the color green, just wear something green. What the heck? Wear something green. And yeah, trying to get the kids involved. Oh, that sounds like fun. Yes, Audrey's trying to get a card. Okay. I don't see everyone's comments here, but Audrey, okay. Audrey's trying to get a card. Thank you for that, Candace. Audrey. Let's get a card for Audrey. Oh, I love this one. Audrey, it looks like we need to focus on forgiveness. Forgiveness for yourself, forgiveness for perhaps someone. I feel like there's a little bit of, because we're looking at the heart chakra as this comet's going through, a little bit of trauma in this particular area. When you concentrate on a higher perspective, that perhaps you how can I say this? You were the support system for that person's life lesson, whether they created a trauma or they lost confidence in themselves and they hurt you, wounded you in some way, shape, or form. But you were the one that contracted to let them do that, so that they could learn a lesson. It just releases. It's like, wow, I'm that powerful that I actually stood there and let someone hurt me, so that they could learn a lesson in this. Wow. I must be more powerful than I could even imagine. I must be more compassionate. I must love them more than I even love myself sometimes. But it's one of those things that you even love yourself to allow that to come in and experience it. So then all of a sudden you let it go. When you let it go, you open that heart even more. And all of a sudden, all of the cords, the cobwebs, the stickiness dissolves. It just automatically dissolves because you've jumped a frequency on understanding the situation. I really hope that makes sense. And I hope that we all can do this, because there's always someone in our lives that we stood by and we allowed hurt or trauma into our soul's experience as well. And as soon as we realize, wow, I did that. I let that happen so that we could all experience that emotion, because that's why we're here. That's why we're here. And guess what? People support you when you have success and joy and celebration. They're strong enough to step aside and let you shine. It's the same thing, right? It's all the same thing. So, but I feel like when we understand that, we can be more compassionate with ourselves and get out of perfection. Get out of perfection and just love our silly selves, our unique silly selves. All right, everybody. Tomorrow is Groundhog Day. Don't forget, hang out, find out if we're going to have more winter or if spring is right around the corner with Punxsutawney Phil. Thanks so much for coming along with me. Oh, next week, I've had so many requests for someone who is a master at emotion codes. They're fabulous. If you do not know what it is or how it can release trauma in your life, you've got to tune in. Amanda Melissa Dodd is coming, and I have worked with her before. She's amazing. She's absolutely amazing. And she's going to pinpoint for us exactly when trauma comes into our life and the process of really abandoning that. And also, what emotion code is. What are these codes? And we all have them. We just have to understand them. So she's going to give us a little one-on-one on emotion codes. So tune in next week, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern and 4 p.m. Pacific. Until then, may the angels protect you and guide you. Good night, everyone.